My name is Mariman, and this is the story of how I lost everything because I loved someone I shouldn't have. He takes a deep breath, hands shaking slightly. 5 years ago, I met Kutani. I was 20 years old, young, restless, and working part-time at a local art gallery in Atlanta. Kutani? She was 30 then, confident, beautiful, magnetic. She had this air about her, like she'd seen the world, like she knew more than anyone else in the room. She was a regular visitor. She loved abstract paintings, the kind of art I didn't really understand but pretended to so I could talk to her. At first, I didn't think it would be anything more than small conversations, but somehow I got pulled in. She would come by more often. We'd have coffee across the street after my shift. Then we started texting, calling late into the night. She told me things about her marriage, that her husband traveled a lot, that he didn't understand her anymore, that she felt invisible at home. I was naive. I thought I could be her escape. I thought I could make her happy. By the time I realized how deep I was, it was too late. We crossed that line. I still remember the first time. It was a rainy afternoon. Her apartment. It was supposed to be just coffee and conversation, but then it just happened. And after that, it kept happening. I convinced myself that it was love. Maybe it was, in its own broken way. But it wasn't healthy. We hid everything for 3 years. Secret hotel rooms, fake names, burner phones. I distanced myself from friends, family. My life revolved around those stolen moments. Then, one day, it all fell apart. Her husband came back early from a business trip. We were in their house. I don't know how, but he knew. He had suspected something for months. Maybe he followed her. Maybe he just came home on instinct. But he caught us. He caught us together. In the worst possible way. There was shouting. I remember the look on his face. Betrayal. Rage. He didn't hit me. Not then. But he called the police. Told them I had forced myself on his wife. I didn't fight it. Kutani just stood there, silent. She didn't defend me. She didn't say anything. They took me away that night. I spent the next year fighting charges I couldn't afford to fight. Public defender, no money, no family support. My parents disowned me when they found out. Eventually, I pleaded guilty to lesser charges just to get it over with. I spent 2 years in prison. I came out last year. My record is ruined. I can't get a decent job. I don't talk to Kutani anymore. Last I heard, she moved states with her husband, tried to patch things up. Scene opens in the same studio. Mariman sits in the same chair, but he looks calmer, slightly more composed. The light is a little warmer this time. When I got out of prison, I thought the worst was over. But honestly, that was just the beginning. Coming out with a record is like walking around with a mark on your forehead. No one wants to hire you. Old friends don't call back. Even people who used to like me crossed the street when they saw me. For the first few months, I stayed in a halfway house. I got a job washing dishes at a diner on the edge of town. It didn't pay much, but it kept me busy. Every day I scrubbed plates and cups and thought about all the decisions that had brought me there. I blamed Kutani for a long time, for not speaking up, for letting me take all the fall. But after a while, I realized it wasn't just her fault. I made those choices too. I could have walked away. I didn't. That's on me. Slowly, I tried to rebuild. I started attending therapy through a local nonprofit. I met other people who had been through messed up relationships, people trying to start over. For the first time, I didn't feel so alone. One day, at the diner, a customer named Elijah came in. He was in his late 40s, kind, always left a big tip. One day he asked me about my story. I don't know why I told him everything, but I did. Turns out, Elijah ran a small community workshop that helped ex-convicts get back into society. He offered me a spot. With his help, I learned carpentry. I built tables, chairs, even small bookshelves. Working with my hands gave me a focus I hadn't felt in years. Slowly, bit by bit, I made enough to move out of the halfway house and get my own small apartment. Life is still hard. I still carry the weight of my past, but I'm trying. That's why I'm here telling this story. Maybe someone out there is where I was 5 years ago, thinking about making a choice that could ruin everything. If that's you, please, just walk away. It's not worth it. We think love is enough to fix what's broken in someone else, but it's not. It starts with fixing yourself first.